You don't need a AAA studio to make a great game. Check it out. And Sandfall Interactive definitely proved that, man. They said they had a small team of 33, and their budget was under 50 million or something like that. Crazy fucking stats, man. And a lot of these devs came from Ubisoft. And look what happened. They made what the fuck they wanted to make. And I'm so glad that they did, because they made one of the best games I ever played in my life. But let's go ahead and get into the article like it says right here. Last year, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 showed that a studio outside of a traditional AAA space could build a successful game that can rival and arguably surpass the work of much larger, more established studios. For Adrian, camping as a last name, a 34-year game dev veteran now working as a creative director on RPG shooter Witchfire, the notion that the often inexperienced devs at Sandfall Interactive managed to make E33 at all is downright amazing. He said, "Last week, I learned that the guys behind E33 hired a lot of newbies, people who didn't make a game before, and now my worldview is ruined, and I don't know what to do. Certainly, there's some experience on the Sandfall team. Creative director Guillermo Brochet, for example, worked at Ubisoft for several years before founding the studio, but many members of the core development team were pretty new to making games." That's fucking fire, bro. I love to hear shit like that, man. This is what they have on their resume. This is basically a passion project that came to life, and look at what they did with it, man. These are people that put their whole heart and soul into something that they thoroughly loved, and they made something great. He said, "Here we have a game that looks AAA to me. It's just phenomenal in every aspect. That's a deep story, deep method of work, good gameplay, great visuals, and sound. It's a very coherent product." And then you hear that the core team was 30 people, half of which were first timers, and I'm like, I don't know what to believe anymore. Crazy, man. That's what you call straight talent. And again, this could have went the other way, but it didn't. And they believed in their team, and they believed in themselves ultimately is what matters. And they made a great fucking product, man. Yeah, this game definitely seemed like it was made by a AAA studio, and this is what made the game even better, man. This was a fucking masterpiece. They couldn't have got any better than this, I'm not gonna lie. So let's continue. The astronauts is a little smaller, even than Sandfall. He said, "When you look at the Expedition 33 from a designer's point of view, there's an incredible amount of smart decisions that allowed them to make a game that looks AAA, but is in reality full of shortcuts. One example of these smart decisions is that enemies don't have faces." Yeah, I never even peeped that. They don't have faces. That means substantially less work in animating those faces. Then there are the cutscenes. I couldn't understand how such a small studio can produce such high quality cinematics, he says. But then when you watch it, 99% of those cutscenes are actually theater plays, meaning the characters do not interact with the environment. It's just a person talking to another. If characters don't have to interact with, say, a chair in the scene, then getting the scene to look right is a whole lot easier. True, I feel that shit. I never really peeped that to begin with, I'm not gonna lie to you, which it is a lot of them interacting with themselves. Now it all makes sense. Great minds think alike. They made a fucking masterpiece. All of this new information is just making the game better for me, man. And it don't get no better than this. But you let me know in the comments, are you surprised that Expedition 33 was made by such a small dev team?